Liz Truss did something which is still not fully understood by I certainly by the client media, but possibly by the broader electorate as well. Liz Truss watched Boris Johnson lying, okay, and she found inspiration. Most people watched Boris Johnson lying and had one of three reactions. They, like me and probably you, felt complete disgust, or they felt complete befuddlement at how somebody could get away with this, or they felt a sort of mild guilt at being part of the process but believing it was justified because the end always justifies the means. So that would be Dominic Cummings, for example. So Dominic Cummings, like a lot of Tories who presumably like to see themselves as sensible, Dominic Cummings would have thought, well, Boris Johnson's absolutely awful, but he is the engine that we need. He is the vessel that we need to be aboard in order to achieve our other goals. So those are the three reactions to Boris Johnson. Number one, disgust. Number two, befuddlement. Number three, he's awful, but the end justifies the means. Liz Truss watched Boris Johnson, and she felt inspired. She watched Boris Johnson lie about everything. Remember that the deal that he put through, Tom Swarbrick reminded Nick Ferrari of this earlier today. The deal that Boris Johnson finally signed with the European Union contained several elements that he had said when Theresa May was Prime Minister he would be utterly unable to countenance or support. The level of political fraudulence required to do that is beyond most of our ken. And yet Liz Truss watched that and felt inspired. She watched these lies land, and she watched Boris Johnson's popularity grow even as she knew he was lying. And instead of feeling disgust or befuddlement or the end justifies the means, Liz Truss found herself thinking, I wonder whether I can do that. And that's when she started making claims about non-existent trade deals or trade deals that were either equivalent or inferior to what we had before. That's when she started making claims that were designed to appeal exclusively to truth-denying tabloid newspapers and the Conservative Party membership.